controversial radical Muslim religious leader who helped stoke worldwide anger against Danish cartoons which showed Mohammed with a bomb in his turban. Now, though, Ahmed Akkari has undergone a transformation of tolerance. 7.5 years after the cartoons crisis, the former Imam now says the drawings were justified as free expression. Now, this Thursday, he's to address a right-wing group to explain why he's had a change of heart. France 24's Malcolm Brabant reports from Copenhagen.
In 2006, furious Muslims burned down Denmark's embassy in Beirut as part of worldwide protests against the Danish cartoons, in particular one that depicted the Prophet Mohammed with a bomb in his turban. Passions were inflamed by a group of religious leaders who travelled to the Middle East with copies of the drawings. Amongst the most vociferous was Ahmed Akkari, with whom I conducted a tough radio interview at the time. Isn't the real reason you went to the Middle East this year is because the whole case was dying down and you just wanted to stir it up and cause trouble?
No, we went to the Middle East because we knew that if we do not try to contain this problem by Al-Azhar, by officials, you know, when you go
you didn't go there to contain it. You've gone there and you've exacerbated it. You haven't contained the problem.
Yes.
You've exploded it by going to the Middle East.
I think the naive one or dirty purpose one is the newspaper. Why did they publish these 12 cartoons saying Mohammed has a bomb in his head? Didn't they think?
He now regrets his militancy.
You get to think in a special way. The Islamic mission has this power over mind. And it makes me think in a special way, and you get intolerant, agitated, and you see only the world from a certain perspective.
Akkari has been to apologise to Kurt Vestergaard, the artist who drew the Mohammed bomb cartoon. Vestergaard, who now requires round-the-clock protection, believes the former Islamist's change of heart is genuine.
After I made my revision of everything, I could see these cartoons actually was a part of a way of expression that actually saves people from being haunted. In other words, to be able to say your mind, even though you're wrong, has a greater value than saying your mind and afraid of being persecuted.
Akkari has alienated many Muslims by also addressing Denmark's right-leaning Free Press Society, where he condemned fundamentalism. Among the audience was Lars Hedegaard, an anti-Islamist writer who recently escaped assassination.
They'll try to kill him at some point, like they tried to kill me.
I think he's sincere. I think he means what he says. And I think it's amazing what this travel he has been. He used to be a fierce enemy of freedom of speech, and now he's supporting it. And I think it's wonderful news.
It's proving almost impossible to convince leaders of Denmark's Muslim community to give an interview about Ahmed Akkari. It's almost as if they have taken a collective decision not to talk about him in the hope that he'll go away. But a spokesman for a group called Hizb ut-Tahrir did say that Akkari was a victim of an intellectual war, that there had been overwhelming pressure on him and he had simply given in. But which Muslim voices dominate, radical or moderate?
The majority of Muslims in Denmark are in favor of democracy. They did not sort of follow up on violent action or anything during the Mohammed crisis. Some of them were sad, some of them were angry, but they did not take to the streets.
Copenhagen's Gay Pride Festival was underway as Akkari publicised his new admiration for Danish values. This parade epitomises tolerance, democracy, free expression, attributes underpinning a society that Akkari now professes to embrace. His conversion reached new heights at the Free Press Society when it presented him with a mug bearing the most divisive Mohammed cartoon, which he accepted.
What's the problem? It is an expression. You can agree with it or not, but it shouldn't take people's lives.
But in a new Islamist video just posted on YouTube, Akkari has been added to a list of prominent Danish targets. His conversion has placed him in real danger.
Yeah, special focus there on Ahmed Akkari. Going to go to sport for you now. 100 million